Depression isn't just feeling sad. It is a medical condition that could affect your mood, your thoughts, energy, sleep, appetite, motivation, ability to experience joy, pleasure, excitement. People can often feel numb. They can feel hopeless or like they're just going through the motions, but not really connecting or engaging with life in a meaningful way. And depression can stem from a mix of our biology, life experiences, and different emotional challenges that we might be experiencing. And some common signs or symptoms can include persistent sadness or this kind of deep sense of emptiness, loss of interest in things that used to once bring you joy and comfort and excitement. We see sleep changes. So we might see insomnia, which is the inability to fall asleep or stay asleep. We can also see hypersomnia, where individuals can sleep for 10, 12, 14, 16 hours and wake up feeling tired and fatigued. So we see that a lot, just low energy, lack of motivation. We also see changes in appetite, changes in weight, where we might lose a lot of weight without intention or might gain a lot of weight. Difficulty concentrating, feelings of worthlessness, feelings of guilt, feelings of shame. In some cases, we can also see thoughts of death or thoughts of suicide. And there's a lot of different resources and strategies that can help with depression. The first one is therapy. So, working with a therapist can help you identify some thoughts or behavioral patterns that might be contributing to depressive symptoms. It also gives you the opportunity to process any underlying emotions, unprocessed emotions, whether it be grief, shame, unresolved trauma that might be contributing to the depressive symptoms. And depression is not always, chemical. It can come from burnout, like I mentioned, unresolved trauma, chronic stress, grief, unfulfilled needs, whether it be as children or while growing up. It can be messages that we have heard and internalized over the years. And so getting support in these areas can bring relief from the root. And there's different therapeutic modalities. There's CBT, which focuses on our thoughts and behaviors. There's psychodynamic therapy, which explores kind of deeper roots in childhood attachment styles and things like that. EMDR can also be great, especially for unresolved or unprocessed trauma. But regardless of what modality, what really matters and what research shows is the connection that you have with your therapist. So when you feel seen and understood and heard, and when you feel safe. So that tends to be what really matters. So therapy is a great tool. For others, alongside therapy, medication may also be helpful and necessary. So things like SSRIs or SNRIs, it can be a pivotal and essential component of treatment, especially if symptoms are severe, if they're persistent and biological in nature. And it's not a sign of weakness. And I want to emphasize that it is not a sign of weakness. It is providing support for your brain in the same way that we wear glasses, like I wear glasses, I wear contacts to support my vision. You can take medication to support your brain so that it can function the way that you want it to function. And there's other things that can be helpful as well, and I'll name a few. So, one is routine and structure. So, depression makes almost everything feel heavy and aimless. And establishing routine or structure, like waking up around the same time every morning, going to sleep around the same time at night, eating regularly, going outside, even if it's just for 5 minutes. So that can slowly bring a sense of rhythm and structure and predictability back into your life. The second is movement. So exercise can improve our mood by increasing dopamine and serotonin in our system. And it doesn't have to be an intense, rigorous, long exercise. It could be a short walk. It could even be stretching while you're still in bed. So the goal is movement. Or motion is not necessarily performance. So incorporating as much movement as possible into your day can be really helpful for elevating your mood. The third one is connection. So depression often convinces you to isolate and to withdraw from your community, but having a safe and meaningful connection, even if it's just with one person, can be a powerful tool against depression. And you don't have to talk if you don't want to. Just being in close proximity with somebody that you feel safe with and somebody that you trust can be very helpful. It actually increases the amount of oxytocin in our system, which is a hormone that is linked to connection, safety, and emotional healing. Number four is self compassion and patience. So, healing is not linear, progress is not linear. I wish it was. I wish we can just go from one step to the next to the next. But oftentimes in reality, healing can look like this. Right. So there could be a lot of ups and downs. So one day you might be feeling great, you might be feeling fine, and another day you might not. And doesn't mean that you're failing, it just means that you are human and you're on a journey. So treat yourself with the same level of patience and grace that you would treat someone else who is going through a rough time. Number five is celebrate small wins. In depression, even brushing your teeth, something as routine as brushing your teeth, taking a shower, answering a text, answering an email, can feel like a huge endeavor. So be mindful of even the small tasks that you're accomplishing and celebrate that. And celebrating these small wins actually gives you energy and capacity and momentum to tackle some of the more harder or taxing tasks. So there's a lot of different strategies and tools and resources that are available. So if this is something that you're struggling with, take care of yourself and use the available resources. All right. Take good care. Bye bye.